Awesome, man. Awesome. Since starting the foundation, what experience stands out the most in your mind?
I think.
And what was the outcome?
Just seeing the kids smile. You know, for example, yesterday. You know what I mean? When I first came in, the kids ain't know who I was until Mr. Beezer had said something, and I had handed one of the kids the football, and they just playing with the football. I didn't say nothing. I just stood there, just standing there. Mm-hmm. And then when Mr. Beezer had introduced when I started walking up, and then one of the kids mouth had dropped me, pointing his fingers out, like, you played in the NFL? I was like, yeah. So that's the thing that gets me every time, is just seeing, people's face. Or, I have been in rooms where I'm supposed to speak, and I just stand there, don't say nothing. I speak to everybody that walk past, don't tell them who I am. And then when I get introduced, and everybody mouth just hit the floor, like, wow, I've just been standing here with this guy, and just being humble and just talking. And I love going into the schools and the hospitals and seeing the smiles on the kids' faces. And also the parents' faces, especially when I brought the slippers in, and there was some left over, and it was funny because the coordinators at the children's hospital had asked Melissa, what are you guys gonna do with the extra slippers? And Melissa was, that's yours. He didn't collect these to take them back home, and they were just like this shocked, that we did this and we stuck with it, and even up to now. When I sent her the email letting her know, like, the slippers we had so far, and she was just in amazement. So I think every event is a shock for me. It's like gratitude for me to know that the next time that I help somebody, and when I go on Instagram and when I visit these kids at their schools, they starting to follow me on Instagram. Hey, I was with you. I seen you at such and such. So that gives me that spark to keep rolling every day to make sure the next visit to the next children or program is that much better. So yeah, that's like my overall biggest.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Right.
Y'all don't know. This brother is humble and down to earth. Y'all just don't know. Mr. Ron, you have a question?
Yes, sir, I do. First of all, thanks, man, for coming through with us yesterday and today as well. Yesterday, when you were talking to the boys, one of the things that I noticed you emphasized was the fact, the importance of education, which was really amazing, because I thought, you were going to talk about your years in the NFL. Yeah. And so when we poll our boys a lot of times, and we ask them what they want to be when they grow up, usually, some NFL, NBA star, something like that, usually is the first thing that comes out of their mouth. So my question to you is, when you engage these children, whether it be in school, at these different events, wherever, what do you tell them in terms of when their aspiration is to be a Tavon Mason and nothing else? I mean, what do you tell them?
Just like you said, Mr. Bees, I tell them right off the jump. That's why I asked, when we was there, I asked them, how are your grades? Because I know for a fact, and I done taught the kids at Cherry Hill schools and South Baltimore schools, Northeast Baltimore County schools, wherever. And the first thing I ask, and I don't care where you come from, what color you are, I'm going to ask you how your grades. So when I see their head turn to the left, then I'm like, I'm going to tell you right now. And I coach, and I coach right at Woodlawn High School varsity, and I tell them every day, if your grades and your attitude don't match the skills you have on the field, you're not going to get to that second level. I say, because the difference between now and when you get to college is you leave from being a person to being a business contributor. You know what I mean? So you got to have everything in play in order to be that way. And I also tell them, of course, I love playing football. I love the game. I love the road I had traveled. But the one thing that I enjoyed the most, that I was able to get a high school degree and was able to get a college degree. And I didn't leave early. I didn't, to say forget school. I'm just going to pursue this. I got what I set out to do and what my parents always told me to do. It's education first. I can still remember to this day, 8th grade, playing at Woodlawn Rec, and I killed on the practice field. And my dad and my mom came and picked me up, and I'm just telling him, yeah, Dad, I did this, I moved this way, I moved that way. He said, oh, yeah? I said, yeah. And he just nice and just chill, relaxed, like him, bobbing his head up and down, like, yeah, you know what, got a call from your Spanish teacher today. Oh, boy. Yeah, I was like,
no bueno.
that feeling you gave, like, that mom's or dad about to come down on that butt. And I just did a little sensitive when I was like, oh, man.
There we go.
You're like, well, I'm going to tell you like this. Didn't fuss or didn't argue, yell or curse or nothing like that. And that's what made it even worse. I'm thinking he going to fuss. Real calm. It's like, I'm going to tell you like this. If I get another call, you ain't got to worry about doing this, that, and this. you're not going to be on the field to do it. And that was zipped it right there. And I was able to go through middle school on honor roll, high school the same way, honor roll, got straight A's twice in high school. And another thing that drove me was seeing some people I came in the ninth grade with me that kind of took doing their work for granted. And when it was time to accept scholarships, they couldn't because they didn't do what they needed to do ninth and 10th grade. So that was like my drive. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what I need to do in here and then make sure everything follows.
Awesome.